Next on the news. This 11-year-old is preparing for college. The whiz kid says he got there by studying hard and relying on his faith.
I think the guiding force is God, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know that I was smart.
An entire grade at a Brooklyn Catholic Academy can now say they're published authors.
It has everything and anything you'd ever want to know about space. I'm Jessica Easthope with the fourth graders who are shooting for the stars with their own published book.
Plus, students and staff cheer on an Olympic alumnus, Cole Hocker, getting the gold for USA with a little support from his Indiana Catholic High School. I'm Katie Vasquez. Currents News starts right now. College freshmen are counting down the days, preparing to move into their dorms and get used to new schools in the coming weeks. But among the young men and women in Louisiana State University's class of 2028 is a whiz kid who is crediting his Catholic faith for his college journey. Joe Petraro is enjoying the summer while he can. On the surface, he looks like a regular 11-year-old, interested in basketball and video games. But unlike other 11-year-olds, he isn't getting ready for middle school. He's going to college this fall.
Exams, tests, it was easy.
It all started a few years ago. Joe was attending Holy Name of Mary School in Valley Stream. He was struggling, almost put in special education, until he was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome, a neurological disorder that can cause uncontrolled rapid movements and vocal sounds.
Like, I'll be thinking about something and then it'll be like, okay, I'm doing that. All right. And it would take a while. Because then, like, I would tighten up my hand and, like, my arms.
The school soon realized Joe was actually a genius with an IQ of 168. He would go on to graduate middle school and high school in 2 years.
I can't believe it. I'm proud of him. I just can't believe it. That's like, I'm still dreaming.
The electric one's the yellow pickup.
While school was easy for Joe, life outside the classroom was not. Having Tourette's made him a target for bullies. But the altar server at St. Joseph Church in Hewlett says his time in Mass helped him during dark times.
Like, it would just calm me down. And, like, when it always takes my mind off of everything.
Joe knows studying isn't the only thing that got him into Louisiana State University.
I think the guiding force is God, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know that I was smart or like meeting all these good people.
Joe plans to study sports leadership, attending classes fully remote with a dream of being a sports broadcaster. Joe isn't the only one trying to enjoy the summer. Superintendent of Diocese of Brooklyn Schools, Deacon Kevin McCormick, posted his summer guilty pleasures online. Let's listen.
When we were able to get ice cream from the ice cream man, and that was his job, like, he didn't have a name, it was like ice cream man, and he would come, and there were two of them. So there was one called the Bungalow Wagon or something like that. And it was basically like good humor ice cream, which meant a lot. And maybe some of you, your parents or your grandparents will know what I'm talking about. But there was a chocolate eclair pop that I thought was just the greatest thing in the world, because it had the ice cream and then it was like a candy bar in the middle.
Deacon Mack said he also loved Mr. Softy, though to this day he hates the truck's music. You may be taking this time to catch up on your summer reading. Well, one Catholic class created their favorite book right before the end of school. For months, Our Lady of Perpetual Help's fourth grade wrote, illustrated, and published a book on outer space. Currents News' Jessica Easthope has the story from Sunset Park.
It's the first look they've been waiting for, a glimpse into outer space, as told by them. These fourth graders at Our Lady of Perpetual Help Catholic Academy in Sunset Park are finally seeing Our Galaxy System, a book they wrote, illustrated, and published.
I wonder how it will be like when people read the book that my class wrote.
You just feel like you accomplished something.
So what did Neil Armstrong do when he landed on the moon?
It took 3 months for teacher Nicola Senaratna to assign topics, the students to conduct research, and to actually start putting pen, not pencil, to paper, something Israel Gomez was nervous about.
You need to make no mistakes to write the things on the paper with a pen.
Israel wrote about the first man on the moon, but the book covers more than a dozen other topics, from the power of the sun to extraterrestrial life.
It's not just like theoretical work or practical work they need to know, but they need to know about the outside world too.
Once the final draft was in, Ms. Nicola sent it to Student Treasures Publishing. Now each kid has their own copy to treasure for life.
They will always remember about their 4th grade.
Wow! Their passion for outer space still burning bright.
There are many different things in the galaxy, and there are new things to come.
They say space is infinite, so we have a lot to learn about space because we only explored a little bit of it.
Now that the book is finally in the hands of her 4th graders, Ms. Nicola is looking to put it in the hands of anyone else who's interested by publishing it on Amazon. In Sunset Park, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
If you want to send your children to Catholic school, just visit CatholicSchoolsBQ.org or call 718-965-7380 for more information. Turning now to a pro-life win for the country's abortion capital. Reports out now say Manhattan's Planned Parenthood location will no longer provide abortions after 20 weeks. They are the only clinic in the state that performs a procedure after that point. Planned Parenthood is saying the change is due to funding challenges, as other clinics around the state will soon close for the same reason. Here to talk more about these recent cuts at Planned Parenthood is the national correspondent for the Tablet and Crux, John Lavenberg. Hi, John.
Hi, Katie.
So, explain why these changes are happening at Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, it essentially boils down to financial challenges, specifically the Manhattan location of Planned Parenthood clinic, New York's clinic. They can't afford the deep sedation required to perform abortions after 20 weeks of pregnancy. But that's not the only change that the New York chapter has made. They're also closing 4 other locations in the state due to those same financial struggles.
And you've spoken to Catholic leaders. They have to be happy about this, right?
Yeah, the New York State Catholic Conference told me that the news is a welcome relief, of course, because they're pro-life. But they also, raise a concern and expressed the question of where has the $35 million Governor Kathy Hochul has allocated to help fund abortion clinics in the state? Where has that money gone over the past 2 years? And I did reach out to Governor Hochul's office to ask that very question, to ask her what she thinks of the Planned Parenthood changes, but they did not get back to me for a response.
Recently, a study came out showing abortions are on the rise around the country. The hashtag WeCountReport, which is run by a pro-abortion organization, has been tracking the number of people getting the procedure since Roe v. Wade was overturned. And they say between January to March of 2024, between 94,000 and 102,000 abortions have been happening each month. Why this increase?
Yeah, and actually, beyond just the first half of this year, abortions were up in all of 2023 as well. So it's an increase we've really seen continue since the Dobbs decision, and there are multiple reasons that is taking place. One of them is telehealth. Medical abortions are on the rise across the country, and that's become much more accessible for women. Another reason is states have also put more funding into funding abortion clinics and funding access, and they've also passed laws to increase the accessibility of the procedure for women. So that's just some of the reasons why we're seeing this increase, and we'll see what happens in the future now that abortion law is in the hands of the states.
All right, thanks for all the info, John. John Lavenberg, the national correspondent for the Tablet and Crux, thanks for being here. To read John's article about the cuts at Planned Parenthood, just go online to thetablet.org. Finally, tonight, Americans across the country have been excitedly watching the Olympics, especially one Catholic high school in Indianapolis. Students and staff at Cathedral High School cheered on one of their alumni as he achieved Olympic victory on Wednesday. 2019 graduate Cole Hocker not only got the gold for USA in the men's 1,500-meter race, but he actually set an Olympic record. In a post-win interview, Hocker went on to especially thank Cathedral for his success, saying it was an honor to represent the school, his city, and the state, and the United States at the Olympics. That is this Currents News Update. I'm Katie Vasquez. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.